What's going on, the guys? Kraku here, and today I am bringing you a review. That's right, the review of the Spec Ops class from Medal of Honor Warfighter, and in the background you can see some TDM action on the map Horror Dunes. I'm playing with my friend Wolfdog Will, let's call him. That's right, using this good old Spec Ops class. And during the beta there was a lot of talk about the Spec Ops. I especially did a lot of talk about the Spec Ops class being rather on the, powerful side. However, I didn't realize that this class has also a lot of negatives. And before we move on to those negative things about Spec Ops, be sure to click that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video. I would appreciate that very much. Let's try to go for, I guess, as many likes as possible, and leave your comments in the comment section below regarding this class, because I know that a lot of people use it, but I hope that I can give an insight to the positives and the negatives of using Spec Ops. So during the beta, like I said, I was on the forefront for saying that Spec Ops is a tad bit overpowered. I didn't really concentrate on what flaws the class has, and it has a lot of flaws, believe it or not. So let's go through the positives first, and then we can move on to the negative things. So the positive, my main thing that I love about the Spec Ops class is the agility. He's super fast. You can zigzag through fucking bullets, and get to the place of the action, a lot faster than you would using a heavy gunner or assaulter or whatever. So that's a big plus. He's very good close range, seeing as he has submachine guns predominantly, like the MP7. So the gun selection is good. And now and of course the signal scan, I believe, is the best special ability in the entire game, which is you can see through walls and see where people are very briefly, by the way. And it's just it's cool to see if people are camping. You can pick them up, like I did in this video. They were camping up in that building. Well, I guess not really camping, because it is a strategic point, and you're gonna see me chill there with my fire team buddy for a little while, because action does revolve around that building a lot, especially in team deathmatch. Everybody wants that building. So signal scan can be useful in detecting enemies and stuff like that. Now on to the negatives, and the biggest negative about Spec Ops class is medium to long range weapons. If your aim is off, you will be completely demolished by an assaulter or the point man. And I have found that out so many times. Christ almighty, I can be using the point man and the assaulter. I see a Spec Ops in the distance, and I'm just thinking, what are you trying to do engaging in a battle with me from such a long distance? And he's just trying to burst fire his MP7, doing absolutely nothing. And I was fucking with people like that purposely to test it out. Maybe it was just my aim, maybe it was his aim, but I wanted to test it out. So I was on some map, I can't remember the name of it. I think it was Cliffside, and I was using the point man, the AK-103, and I see a Spec Ops over there. He noticed me from quite a distance, and he tried to engage me in battle from a very long distance. I didn't even shoot back at him. I was just standing in place, maybe strafing a little bit. He could not kill. Maybe he landed like one shot, and then when I said it was enough, pulled out my AK-103 and demolished him right there on the spot. Spec Ops is an absolutely hard class at medium to long range engagements. If you want to use that class, be sure to get up close and personal with the enemy. That's pretty much it. So that's really the only one flaw of Spec Ops class. It's a big flaw, however. You can run, you can sprint, but if somebody picks you up from a longer distance, then you're kind of screwed. Obviously, you can have those people who are really, really good with the Spec Ops class, who can maybe sometimes win a battle, at long, medium range, but that's a rarity, and I found that out myself. I have like a 28% accuracy, so I think that's pretty on par with everybody else, and I did have troubles, even with noobs. I could be at a medium to long range, and I'm trying to take out this assaulter with the best possible way, by burst firing the MP7 or whatever, and it just didn't work for me, because he can just aim his gun, aim his assault rifle right at me and take me out with a few shots. Remember, also, the range on the assault rifles is much better than on the submachine guns. So Spec Ops, even though he's fast, even though he has the signal scan, he's very, very vulnerable in many positions. There is a lot of lines of sights on the maps in Medal of Honor Warfighter, so If you want to use Spec Ops, you better find a way to be sneaky or, you know, flank. But remember, there are a lot of pointmans running, especially me. I mean, I love the pointman class. You're trying to be sneaky, I'm gonna throw that UAV, and boom, there you are on the mini-map. So everything in this game has a counter, and I really appreciate it. It keeps things interesting. There's shit tons of attachments, and I experimented on the first day with attachments, you know, what I feel comfortable with. And this is one of my favorite setups on the... I was about to say on the planet. That's one of my favorite setups for the MP7, is this little red dot and nothing on the barrel. Because if you have nothing on the barrel, if you have a suppressor, even though you're stealthy, your effective range goes down even more, so that's gonna put you on even more of a disadvantage. But Spec Ops is not meant to be used long range. That's something for a heavy gunner, pointman, demolition, and the other dude, assaulter. Hope you guys enjoyed this little review. If you did, leave a thumbs up. Final score is nothing too horrible, 20-4 with a good Apache. So leave your comments in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time.